Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world, whatever time zone you're in. Thank you for joining me, subscribing, coming back if you're coming back. So today we're going to talk about flexible jobs and gig work. And this is probably going to be two parts. The first part is going to be this little presentation, and the second part is we're going to go online and look at some of them on a website. So this is just the first part, so look for the second part too, okay? I'm going off the screen and we are going to start our presentation. So it's good that we go through this presentation first before we start looking at jobs. So this is became pretty popular because of the COVID thing. So what is a flexible job? Flexible jobs could be also gig work. It's formal and informal arrangements. The scheduling is usually flexible, alternative. The location is usually hybrid, remote, or telecommute. Hybrid means you got to come in 1 or 2 days a week. Remote is work at home completely. You could be a contractor, a 1099, or an employee, which is W-2. A freelance is kind of like you're just hired for a specific reason and then you're let go. Like it could be just for a month or something like that. The hours could be whenever, part-time, full-time. The whole idea is it's supposed to be flexible, so it's basically anything that's outside the norm of what we're used to in the 9 to 5. So what is your ideal flex? What do you consider your ideal flex? Remote, on-site, freelance? So let's go over some of these current trends. The remote job listings are increasing. There is 20% more remote jobs in 2020 versus 2019, and 76% more of them are fully remote. We're going 2020 versus 2019 right now, because we don't have all the stats in for 2022 yet. Before and after the pandemic. Okay, so before the pandemic, 4.9% worked from home full-time. And after 2021, 45% of U.S. employees work from home. So right now, the future prediction, according to Upwork survey, is that 28% of employees will work from home in 5 years. So within the next 5 years, I believe it's going to be more than that. That's pretty low. Now that's according to Upwork, so I'm not sure. I do see a lot of people going 100% remote, but most of them that I see are hybrids. But we're going to look at some of these jobs in my next video and look at it. Let's look at some career fields for remote and flexible work. We're going to go through and look for some jobs and see which ones are having the most. So let's go through some companies. I've done several videos on a lot of these companies already, and we'll go and look at some more. Some of the career fields. All right, let's look at career fields first. Computer and IT, of course. Most of those could be at home 100%. Internet, e-commerce, education and training, such as what I'm doing right here, but with universities. Account management, such as bookkeeping. Marketing, I see a lot of that on Fiverr. Accounting and finance, most definitely. If you have some bookkeeping skills or even a certification, and you don't mind being in front of the computer all day long, then that could be an idea for you. Project management can be remote. Sales can be remote. Customer service could be remote. See a lot of those. Answering the phones, helping people on the phone. Now, if you actually got to fix the computers or you got to fix some of the wiring, you're probably not going to be able to do that remote. So some of the fastest growing fields are marketing, administration, project management, internet, e-commerce, customer service, graphic design, accounting, and finance. I do have a lot of videos on project management if you want to watch some of those and see if that might be something you're interested in. Basically, you're just managing projects, and they have different kind of projects. I currently manage technology projects, but you can manage construction projects. You can manage, what else can you manage? Whatever kind of project. I can't think off the top of my head, but I know construction is another big one. All right, let's look at some of these companies with the most remote. I've done videos, like I said, on a lot of these already. But we will do another video, part 2 of this, and we will go through them. Now, Transcribe Me, I know I did that. Belay, Lionbridge, I've talked about some of these in my other videos. Motion Recruitment Partners actually emailed me a job I put in for that, but it was only like $10 an hour. I would go to Costco and go by, and you have to stay in there for a good 30 minutes to an hour and watch. That's just one of the jobs they have, but they have different jobs on this Motion Recruitment Partners. It just wasn't worth my time personally. $10 an hour. CVS Health I talked about. Amazon, of course. I didn't see a whole lot of remote for Amazon. Most of them are in the warehouse. Okay, how to avoid some job scams. Now, I might actually show you some of them that I've been getting back, because I put in for a lot of these jobs myself, and sometimes I do it just so that I can show you. So, searching for remote jobs. Let's go back a minute. Let's go back to searching for some of these jobs. You want to do a keyword search when you want to do some of your keyword searches. Could be telecommute, virtual, remote. Your location, you want to do work from anywhere, which could be WFA. That's how they could abbreviate it. It could be WFH, which is work from home. It could be digital nomad when you put your location in. Flex jobs and other sites. You also want to consider searching by some of the skills that you have. Whatever skills that you have, that might be another way. So let's talk about avoiding some job scams. What are some signs? All right, some of the signs are there's no company name, it's a generic email. There's a vague or no job description. People are asking for money or personal information. They're instant messengers. Sometimes I know they're a scam, and I'll just keep on going to see how far it's going to go. I have got one the other day that I'm pretty sure is a scam, and I was going to show it to you all so you can get an idea what it looks like. And some of the URLs are pretty sneaky. So you see here how close these URLs are. I mean, I could see myself doing this one. WWGE careers, and one says jobs. So you really need to be careful with that kind of stuff. Now, if they're offering you a job immediately, that's definitely a red flag. If they're only, and now I did have an interview with this IM instant messenger thing too. They would only talk to me through the instant messenger. They wouldn't even pick up the phone. It went on for a really long time. It ended up being bogus, and I had to end up blocking them because they also wouldn't stop. They would be like constantly messaging me. All right, some skills that you may have that you might need to get these remote or flexible jobs, which is basically almost for any job. You need to be ability to focus. You need to manage your time. You need to have some written and verbal communication. You need to be able to speak up and ask questions. You need to be comfortable with technology, ability to troubleshoot, growth mindset, which I talk about a lot on this channel. I usually have a mindset video every other week or so. I don't do too many of them, but it's basically trying to keep you motivated and ways to learn new things, to embrace change, to keep a positive attitude, even when you're consistently getting rejected or looking for a job for a long time, which can be very exhausting. You need to be familiar with some digital communication tools because there might, if you're going to be working at home and they give you a computer, sometimes they'll give you a computer and sometimes they want you to go buy your own. All right, some skills that you can easily build on. You can also watch this channel because I post some education videos, especially in technology, on this channel. So these are some of the skills that you need to work on if you want to have a flexible job. Instant messenger video conferencing, you need to be able to do file sharing and document classification. And this is assuming you're working on the computer, which almost all of them are. If you are working flexible. Now, if you are a driver, of course, it's going to be totally different, and you're going to need to know how to drive. All right, you need some basic technology, which we have a lot of these, like I said, on this channel. We have some Excel, which is pretty basic, and it's good to know some of these skills. Didn't I already show this picture? I think I put it in there too much, but I guess I like it with the balloon. Rising up, right? All right, you need to make sure that you're in line with the job titles. And what I mean by this is if you are looking for a fully remote work job and you don't have any experience with that, then you need to try and make your resume fit to where it looks like you don't need constant supervision, because you're not going to have a lot of supervision. So you want to try to make sure that you show your ability to work without supervision and you have discipline. That's most important. So you need to make sure that's on your resume if you don't have any remote work right now. If you do have remote work and you're experienced, then you need to make sure you put that in there, because that's going to be one of the most important things, is that your employer can trust you to get your job done, even though they're not going to be standing over top of you 24 hours a day. Now let's go back to this scam thing for a second, because I want to see, I'm going to pause this and go find that email and see if I can show you an example of a scam email. Okay, so I'm going to end this video the way I started it. And I appreciate you all. I could not find that email, so I'll try and do that in another video. Thank you for watching, everybody. Come back soon.